Hey folks, thank you for tuning in here at the Nicholas WX YouTube channel. We are covering a live event that is currently ongoing. We got several tornado watches that has now been issued throughout the area here, and I do want to take a broad look before we zoom back in to the storm that we're watching in Kansas. We got a broad look at what's going on. We got tornado watches going from Oklahoma and Texas all the way into the Illinois, Missouri, and the Kansas regions here. And while we have a fill up here with severe thunderstorm watches as well behind that. And here's where our severe thunderstorm watches are at. We currently are watching this one storm just west of the Altamont region that is beginning to rotate, and this does have a tornado possible tag with it. Bear with me, folks, as I'm trying to get into the rhythm here, but we got a tornado possible tag with this and 70-mile-per-hour wind gust possible. So if you are out in front of this storm, this is moving mainly northeast or just directly east. This is going to be heading just north of Altamont. If you are in Altamont, this is just a friendly reminder. Please do get into your safe place, as we are starting to see some very broad rotation begin to wrap up within the storm here, and that is something we're going to continue to watch for as well. We also got that type of hook echo with the storm. You got the wraparound areas where you normally get that rotation, which would be in here. So we're continuing to monitor this one storm in the Kansas region. We're going to go down south towards the Texas and Oklahoma region. And I want to take a closer look towards the Vernon storm here. This is just a thin line. This is mainly going to be, since this is closer to radar, it's going to be harder to see what's going on. But this storm, personally, right now is a hail threat and wind threat. But this storm may become a tornado threat later on this evening. Every storm that we have right now can possibly be a tornado threat later on. Other than this line of storms here, this may become a QLCS threat with a few spin-up tornadoes within it, but mainly damaging wind gusts and larger hail. And we do have that included with these severe thunderstorm warnings. It's just that possibility for larger hail and gustier winds at this time. But where you see these breakups within the line, there's a space here. So this gives some of these storms enough time to possibly try to wrap around itself. And actually, we are beginning to see that with some of these storms just north of Cross Plains, Texas. And when we get that there, that is when our rotation starts to become an issue, and that's when tornado potential is going to be a bigger thing this evening. So if you are out in any of these areas within the risk, we do have a not a marginal risk. We have a moderate risk for the Oklahoma region, and while it is relatively calm, I do want to look at that and just kind of show you folks what we are mainly expecting throughout this. I'm very, very concerned for the possibility of dealing with a possible outbreak. Not to scare anybody, I'm here just to let you know that we could see something come within an outbreak that closely there. So we are about to take a look at our SBC outlook for day one, and we do have a moderate risk in the Oklahoma City and Tulsa area. These are populated areas within the area. So here is what we got. There's a moderate risk of severe thunderstorms across central and northwestern Oklahoma and into far north central Texas. Summary: severe thunderstorms with very large hail, 2 to 3 inches in diameter or greater is possible. Damaging wind gusts 60 to 80 miles per hour is possible, and a few tornadoes potentially up to EF2 are expected this afternoon into tonight. From North Texas and Oklahoma into lower Ohio River Valley. Discussion: current forecast reasoning and outlook areas remain generally in line with prior outlooks, with winds widespread all hazard severe risk. So all hazards are expected this evening for most of this area. That's all I'm going to read for the momentarily, but we got a moderate risk for the Oklahoma and Texas regions, and then we got an enhanced risk that stretches from the Texas, Oklahoma, it goes all the way from Texas to Indiana and Ohio. So we got a big part of where we're going to see a lot of storms develop, and the main threat right now is going to be that linear and larger hail threat, but supercells can develop as the linear threat also develops. And that's where we'll start to see our tornado risk really uptick. And not only today we're having the severe weather threat, but we also have this severe weather threat that will be going into tomorrow. We got a second marginal moderate risk, and this is something that we rarely ever see, folks, but we got another moderate risk into the Ohio regions. Excuse me, the reason why we're getting these moderate risk in effect is because that is where the biggest tornado possibility is being seen, and looking at most of the models recently, we are beginning to see that, and looking at ACRRR, we get these lines that are developing, but they first develop as supercells, and they then turn it into a QLCS type line. Right now, we're dealing with those supercellular developments. My people that are in Alabama, North Alabama here, yes, we are in an enhanced risk here, and I do plan to cover that live as well. Very, very, very particular activity that's going to be going on within the next couple of days, but we got 2 moderate risk for today and tomorrow. Going to be extremely busy. I'm going to go ahead and go back with the coverage here, and we're going to mainly focus point on what we have already out here. I'm going to turn on our watches and warnings so we can see what's going on. We currently have 11 severe thunderstorm warnings. One of those severe thunderstorm warnings is capable of 70 mile per hour wind gusts. We got another one that we have a few of them that has tornado possible tags on them as well. So that's going to be mainly in Kansas right now, and we'll go ahead and focus on that. So bear with me. This storm here that had the tornado possible tag and still does is just north of Joplin, Missouri here. It's still in the Kansas region. So if you are out in front of this, again, this storm could possibly drop a tornado. And yes, we do have rotation with it. We could get a tornado warning within the next few minutes, depending on how strong that rotation is. We could get a new warning within the next couple of minutes here. Within that. So again, if you are out in any of these areas, I want you guys to be in your safe place or just getting prepared in that general way. And we're just jumping right into it pretty much here with coverage, because we are slightly a little behind on just overall on what we're seeing here. But I am trying to get it out there for people that we need to be in our safe place immediately. And we need to be taking shelter, or not shelter, but we just need to be prepared. And when that tornado warning gets issued, I will be here to let you know when it does. And follow me on Twitter, where we do updates constantly. And we also just try to keep y'all where they're aware on there. So bear with me as I am posting a little bit of something here and there so I could get some people that are out there, weather aware, that's out here in the severe risk. I hope you have your plans ready, and I hope you're ready if anything is needed to be done. I hope you're ready to take shelter if need to be. Bear with me here, folks, as I am posting. Alright, there we go. Alright, so again, we got that rotation that is in and around the areas that are in the tornado possible tag. And with that, there is some broader rotation with this, and you can see it clearly right here. There's some broader, weaker rotation. And it follows up within this little hook echo is what we call it. that is within this. Right now, it's mainly a line of storms that is carrying larger hail and gustier winds, but within a couple of minutes, it could go warned. I want to take a look towards St. Louis, Missouri, where we do have another storm out here, and this one catches my eye a little bit more. It's alone, and it has that supercellular look. Right now, it looks to be like it's going to be producing mainly large hail, but this could be a long track supercell if it can get its act together. With it being all by itself, it's just west of the St. Louis metro here. Hopefully this thing doesn't cause any issues towards that area, because that is a very populated area. But like I said, we'll have to continue to really keep an eye on this storm as well. And bear with me here. We're going to move back down towards the Texas region, where we do have, again, that linear threat that's still ongoing with this area. Larger hail looks to be falling, and gustier winds as well. So if you are out in that region, please do be weather aware here. We got larger hail falling just north of Mineral Wells as well, with gustier winds being possible within that storm. Main area that I'm really keeping an eye on is the areas that are in that tornado watch. And with that, right now we got a bunch of backfill rain in the Oklahoma area that may hinder the development in other storms, but right now that is my main focus, is the Oklahoma region. And I really want you guys to be weather aware today. Today is a day that we do not need to be messing with, and we got plenty of ways that we could see that severe weather here. And again, all of us are going to see at least something throughout the risk area. And I'm going to focus on this New Haven storm just in Missouri. We got larger hail possibly falling within that region. So if you are in and around the New Haven, region, you need to be getting into your house. If you are out on the road, do not park under underpasses. Do not park under overpasses. Move off the roadway. If there's not a place to take shelter, move off the roadway and just seek shelter in your car. And be sure to find something to cover your face with, cover your head with. That is the most important thing you can do. If you are at your house or at a business, you need to be staying away from windows and doors and just seeking shelter in an interior room in your house, just away from those, again, windows. 70 mile per hour wind gust and large hail possible with the storm down south here towards just north of Joplin, Missouri, where we do still have that rotation ongoing within that area. So again, if you are in and around just north Joplin, Missouri, if you're in Montana, Kansas here, you got some rotation just to the west of you, and we're going to continue to monitor this situation. We could get a tornado warning with this here fairly soon. We got 70 mile per hour wind gusts possible with this storm. This is a storm, again, we are keeping an eye on very closely, and I am continuing to monitor the chats and all that, and right now, so far, nothing. But right now, it is just going to be a busy few days, so bear with us as we do try to get some posts out there, and I do apologize. This is just a very, very big classical event right now, and seeing that we have 2 moderate risk is very, very scary, and this is not in a good way that we need right now. So if you are out in any of these areas, I just please you enough, just please stay weather aware the best you can, and we'll keep you covered here at the Nicholas WX YouTube channel. And bear with me as I'm going to try to contact some family members here just a minute, because that is one of my priorities here, is trying to keep people weather aware. I just got to think of their names, and we'll go from there. Alright, so bear with me, and I'm going to play some music real quick, just to get some, just something running while I'm trying to get some other things set up. And I will be here just getting some quiet music in the background. So bear with me as I get that, and we will go from there. Alright. There we go. Alright, so while I get things prepared, we're just going to kind of let some music play. And we currently still have this severe thunderstorm warning in effect for the next 50 minutes towards the Kansas and Missouri region. Again, this is going to be heading just north of the Springfield, Missouri area. And this is impacting closely some pretty populated areas here. But not a lot of population is going to be affected by this one storm. We are continuing to monitor it, though, and I am continuing to keep an eye on the NWS chat to make sure we don't see any other severe weather or any other updates here. So bear with me as I try to let some family members know what's going on, and we'll go from there. Okay, that's all I was trying to get done there, was try to get some family members in the loop of what's going on here. I want to zoom out, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of mute this music real quick so we can actually hear me. We're going to take a closer look here at the ongoing severe thunderstorm warnings that we have. And we currently have, at this time, if I can get it pulled up, folks, we currently have 12 severe thunderstorm warnings, 8 and 4 severe thunderstorm watch, and that is within sections. There is sections that are under this tornado watch. I believe they might have just issued a new tornado watch for the Illinois regions as well, unless I'm just verbally seeing that right now. They might have just issued a new watch. Alright, so new mesoscale discussion here. We got a, here's our mesoscale discussion issued around 7 p.m. Central Daytime, or until 7 p.m. Central Daytime. This is concerning for the tornado watch here in the Missouri region, which we already do have. Numerous supercells with large to very large hail expected this evening. Tornado threat increases near and after sunset. So as we're moving on to sunset, that tornado threat is beginning to increase here, and that larger hail threat as well. Looking just west of the St. Charles and St. Louis region, Again, we got large hailer right now. This storm is producing large hail and gustier winds inside of it. So if you are in New Haven, please be sure to be just staying indoors. If you're out on the road, do not park under overpasses. Just please pull off the roadway. I know it's going to be hard to see. Just turn on your flashers and just work with me here. This will be moving into your past your area within the next couple of minutes. So if you're in the New Haven, Kansas region, or excuse me, the New Haven, Missouri region, I want you guys to just be taking shelter now. This is a stronger storm with larger hail that is possibly falling and gustier winds. And I want to go ahead and take a look back towards Jefferson City here, where we do have a storm here that could possibly be rotating at this time. There might be the weakest rotation ongoing right here toward just east of Barnett here, and this is something that we are going to continue to watch for. And as these supercells again are alone, they're allowed to attach to that environment that we already have. We have about 3,000 CAPE, which is CAPE is convective available potential energy, or just energy in the atmosphere in general. We got about 3,000 joules of that in the atmosphere, somewhere around that area. We got a lot of shear out here, and all of that is coming together where we can start to see these storms rotate, and we got that isolation within these storms, and it's just going to be a concerning day for sure. And going down to this line of storms here, main threat's going to be linear and larger hail, but a few tornadoes can come out of this line of storms in the Texas region, including the Eastland, Stephenville, Comanche, and far east of that line. We can see that rotation pop up in there, and we could see a lot more happen here. I'm going to try to get in contact with a chaser out in Oklahoma here just a minute. So let's go ahead and play some music again, and I'll try to figure this out. But again, I do terribly want you guys to be in your safe place the best we can there, as we continue to cover this system here. And this is a little bit widespread, so it's going to be harder to keep an eye on certain areas for sure. This one storm here, the rotation has broadened up a little bit, and I believe they took off that tornado possible tag for the Missouri, or this area, but they're continuing it there. This warning expires in 11 minutes, so just bear with us as it is starting to transition there. I'll keep it over here because this is my main concern in this storm. Alright, bear with me. Alright. This is easier for me, folks, so I'm going to contact Ian real quick so I can easily get to him via my phone. Just listen to some music. I will come back on if we have any tornado warnings or severe thunderstorm warnings issued here. We do have a bunch of them being issued, but right now we are staying mainly quiet on the tornado end, so bear with me here, folks. Alright, folks, so we are going to go ahead and focus back on the warnings here as we wait on our chaser that is currently on ground chasing. I'm going to focus mainly on what's going on because I don't want to just kind of go silent and ignore that we have warnings out here. But when he answers, I will let y'all know what he's doing. But we do have a storm chaser. His name is Ian Malicote that is on the ground around the northeastern region of Oklahoma, where we do currently have that tornado watch in effect. I'm currently trying to get his location ongoing. I am part of a dispatch team, and that is where I'm trying to contact him currently. But until then, we are going to focus on this one storm out in Columbus and Kansas region here. Right now, it has gone more linear than anything. You can see how it's became more of a line or a bow, and if that bow can again loop around, we can see that storm kind of pop into a more of a tornado reoccurrence there. We could start dealing with tornado possibilities. And right now, our main storms are the ones that are rotating. And this one here towards Russellville and Jefferson City, Missouri, could be having larger hail possible with it. And I am beginning to really, really monitor what we got here. Bear with me. So, alright, again, larger hail could be falling just southwest of Jefferson City here and Russellville. So please do, if you are out in that region, please do be sure to just stay indoors and stay off roadways if possible. Going out towards this storm that has been more of a outflow dominant storm. It has been showing all that wind. It is still currently over the New Haven area. Flash flooding can be a possibility over that area now as well, as it's been pretty much sitting over the Haleyville region for the past couple of minutes, or New Haven region for the past couple of minutes there. So that is something we'll have to really keep an eye on. This severe thunderstorm warning is going to expire here in 5 minutes. We got the other one, and they just expired it just now. So it expired about 5:40 p.m. Central Daytime. So we don't have to worry about that one. So now it's moving in just barely into the Missouri area now. I want to pinpoint our focus back down towards the linear threat that is ongoing. We're just going back and forth. So again, bear with me, folks, as this is a larger threat than what we normally see during during these types of threats here. But the larger threat, bigger areas to cover here. So again, we are covering for the larger event that is supposed to happen later this evening, with tornadoes being possible and larger hail. The main threat is going to be the tornadoes and larger hail, but linear threat is also in that part as well. Right now, really things are just calming down just a tad here, or at least getting its act together. I want to say it that way. So we're not over with this event yet. This event's going to last all night long, and I really can't figure out why this one storm is issued. It's still got 33, unless that's just a bug. Because, yeah, there's nothing there. So, I don't know what that's about, but let's just pretend that's not a thing up there. Main focus is going to be down here towards the Texas, going all the way into the Illinois region here. We got tornado watches in Oklahoma and Texas, North Texas here. We got tornado watches for the very far eastern part of Kansas and going all the way into Missouri and Illinois as well. So this is a bigger event where we can see thunderstorms produce tornadoes and larger hail this evening. And we got severe thunderstorm watches out in effect towards the Wichita area and just west of Dallas. That's going to be with those linear threats and some of those isolated storms. This watch may be allowed to expire within the next couple of hours, because it does look like, unless something develops around that, it does look like the strongest of the storms are moving in and out, or out of that watch there. So we're going to continue to watch the the development on what we could see here. And looking at NWS chat, I'm not seeing a lot out of that. Alright, so bear with me. Alright, so it's just going to be us covering severe weather for the time being here. Tanner and Travis are busy this evening, and so it will just be us covering, and that just makes it a little bit harder to cover in areas, but we can handle it. And my main point is trying to figure out where places or where things are going to be ongoing. And right now we are getting hail. We had hail about 36 minutes ago, measured up to 1.5 inches ping pong size hail towards the Liberty, Kansas region. And Charles Peak from the Weather Channel got that live there. So if you were watching the Weather Channel, you'd also probably seen that. We're getting some newer updates now of baseball size hail falling towards over the PK regions, which I'm going to try to figure out where that may be. I'm assuming that's going to be in the Kansas, and that is just, that's pretty close to the Fort Worth region. So we're going to zoom down towards this area here where we got that larger hail possibly falling, and yes, if you are in Bradford, we got larger hail that's possibly falling. This storm is producing winds as high as probably 65 to 70 miles per hour with large ping pong to golf ball, baseball size hail. And again, it carries that potential of dealing with 70 and 80 mile per hour wind gusts here. This is a lone storm. If it could get its act together, we could possibly see at least 1 or 2 spin-up tornadoes with this storm as well. But main threat right now is that wind and hail. If you are in that region, I want you guys to, again, treat this as if it was a tornado warning. Move into a safe interior room of your house. Stay away from windows and doors. Be sure to just kind of stay off electronics, because being on electronics is not safe during severe weather. And we are just, again, really keeping an eye on what we got and what has going here. Just trying to keep people weather aware. And it's a big thing that we're really going to continue to watch here. Alright, folks, so not a lot is coming in at this time. We're continuing to just keep an eye on this, as I've said many times before. We got temps in the 80s out here. Temps in the 80s or 70s and 80s with winds gusting and whipping through the area. Again, that is going to provide a lot out there. We could possibly have some broad rotation here. I'm going to continue to watch this and see if it trends any more of that. I don't think it's rotating. I think it's mainly just the wind outflow within the storm. So just stay tuned with us here, and I will keep you updated on that. Again, we got that larger hail falling towards the Bradford region. And we got the linear threat just south of that, heading towards the Brownwood, Comanche, and Stephenville, Texas. That linear threat is going to have larger hail with it, and a few spin-ups possible, as well as gustier winds with it as well. I want to take the closer look. Now we got a new severe thunderstorm warning out towards Oklahoma, just north of Oklahoma City here. We got a cell that's kind of developed generally by itself, but it's not. It's more going to be producing that hail. No rotation with this, not seeing stronger winds. Again, it's just going to be that hail. With that shear being out there, we could see larger amounts of hail due to the updrafts in the supercell or just the storm in general. And if we see those stronger winds, keep those the hail up there and it'll continue to freeze here, and that's when we'll begin to deal with that threat as well. But if you are tuning in live here with me on YouTube, again, we are covering the threat that is pretty much threatening the whole area of Oklahoma, going all the way from Oklahoma and Texas to Illinois here. We do got a linear threat just moving south of Norman and Moore, Oklahoma. And that's going to be more moving into the Chickasay and the Lindsay region, as well as the Lawton region. These storms are moving north, mainly northeast at this time. They're mainly moving northeast towards the Oklahoma City region. So you're still going to be impacted by these storms no matter what if you're in the Oklahoma City area. And just to kind of get y'all weather aware within this region, these storms again are going to move north. They're going to be moving towards the Oklahoma City area. So if you're in Stillwater, you may get impacted by some of these storms as well. Tulsa, these will be in your area later on this evening, probably around 6, 7 p.m., maybe 8 p.m. as well. But some of these storms with the larger hail indicators on them is the storms that we're really going to keep an eye on for sure. And I want to stress this enough. We really need to be weather aware today. Today is one of these days that is rare to see, especially, it's not rare in April because we're getting into that severe weather season, but it's been a while since we've seen some storms, and I know some people have gotten laid back, and we've gotten all, okay, this is pretty nice, but here we are today. We're dealing with that severe weather that is moving into the Oklahoma City regions, and we got these storms that will be moving into the Dallas regions as well, Dallas, Texas. These are moving mainly northeast as well. Most of these storms are moving northeast. Just to keep in mind with that. If you're in Jefferson City, got a larger storm heading into your area. This is heading directly for you. This is going to be larger hail with it, and with that damaging wind gusts as well. Hail up to 2 inches in size is possible, with wind gusts gusting around 60 to 65, maybe even 70 miles per hour. Going ahead and take a look just west of St. Louis or east of New Haven now. We got a severe thunderstorm warning that will expire in 10 minutes. This storm is moving at 35 miles per hour. We're getting ping pong ball size hail possibly falling with it. Again, 65 to 75 mile per hour wind gusts out there as well. These two storms are mainly hail and wind dominant. So if you are out in front of this storm, I do want you guys to be in your safe place, or at least taking shelter. This is not really causing tornado genesis or anything, but this is causing that bear with me, that hail damage possibility as well. And as it heads into the more populated areas, that is where we will begin to see a lot more damage as being caused. If we take a look towards the Pittsburgh, Kansas region, we still got this storm ongoing currently, and don't believe it's rotating. No rotation is being detected. This has been this storm this severe thunderstorm warning will expire in 24 minutes here. This is again moving just north of the Joplin, Missouri region, and this storm is packing a punch with stronger wind gusts and some larger hail with it. I want to go back to a new severe thunderstorm warning that we just got here towards the Kingfisher area. That's going to be for hail, larger hail being possible in both of these storms, and let's just go ahead and take a look at the hail size that's possible. This will expire in 23 minutes. Let's see, bear with me. This storm is moving around 45 miles per hour. Quarter-size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts are possible with that severe thunderstorm warning. This one has about 50 miles per hour on it, not as strong, and quarter-size hail as well. So these are not as strong storms. They're not producing a lot. With all this rain being out in front of this, that is really helping the Oklahoma environment to kind of go more stable, and that is helping our severe weather risk drop just a tiny bit out here in the Oklahoma area. But if these storms can catch on to any of that energy, we are going to have a lot go on. So our storm chaser, Storm Chaser Ian Malico, is just south of Stroud, Oklahoma. So we are continuing to monitor that as well to keep our chaser informed. Stroud, Oklahoma. We're going to go ahead and look that up. Um, just get a place. Alright, so they're in mainly north, east, just south of Tulsa City, Oklahoma, there. So if you are in Stroud, and Mr. Ian Alicote, Ian Malicote there is out there chasing for your area. We'll see if he's live anytime soon, and we'll hopefully get kind of take a look from a ground view of what he might be seeing. Here's some storms down here towards the Snyder region of Oklahoma, and Oklahoma here. This is at the end of the main line threat here. This storm could begin to rotate due to it being in the place it is, but it's way too close to the radar right now to really get an idea on what it's doing. But that severe thunderstorm warning does expire in 6 minutes. Going back down to the Dallas region, we got this severe thunderstorm warning that will expire in 21 minutes, and we got the linear threat still ongoing down south towards the Brownwood region as well. So a lot is going on right now, and most of these storms are being a linear and hail threat at this time, but continuation of coverage is what we're going to do. But I'm going to let some music play, and we'll go from there. Bear with me here, folks. Alright, so we are getting some reports of hail damage being reported here out in the Kansas region. So if you are out in the Kansas region, we are getting larger hail now being reported, and it does look like they're smashing through windows as well. So please do just stay indoors the best you can when these hailstorms move over your area. This is really intense, and one of your things that you should be doing is staying sheltered as these hailstorms are moving over your area. And I'm continuing to, again, really just keep an eye on the situation out here. And right now it's quiet. We do have a few severe thunderstorm warnings out there, but we're just really keeping an eye on the hail and wind threat at this time. Some of these storms can again produce tornadoes. That is a possibility for sure, but not a lot of them are showing that ideal rotation at this time. So again, mainly that wind and hail threat, but we're only at the beginning of this event. We did just get a new severe thunderstorm warning. That would be for the Missouri region. That is possibly a extension. That just very much depends if that is the radar not updating. That might be for this area down here, following the other severe thunderstorm warning here, but we'll have to see when it gets added. Not seeing anything else at this time. I'm going to pull up another radar here real quick just to keep my eyes peeled on what we could see this evening. We got a continuation of a thunderstorm warning just towards the Jack and Palo Pinto Parker, Texas region till 6:15 p.m. Central Daytime. Alright, folks, I do apologize. We're just not getting much right now. KK, I will be in much prayer for your area as well, and stay tuned with us here at the Nicholas WX area, where we are going to continue to monitor the situation that is ongoing out there. We are really dealing with the tornado threat as well tomorrow. Tomorrow's threat looks a lot more severe than this threat that's going on today, where there's already hints that we could see a tornado outbreak tomorrow, especially for the Ohio valleys, and that is something that is very concerning to see within the next few days. And we're just getting into April, folks, and it's active. We're getting into springtime weather here, and with that, please have ways to get warnings. With that, having weather radios would be the perfect way to stay alert. Staying tuned with your National Weather Service and the local news station. Be sure to charge up your phones and keep battery packs with you just in case you need it. Gather up some medicines that you may need, and just continue staying weather aware today and going into tomorrow. We're going back to Jefferson City here, where we got that large hail still falling, and we're getting this other one here towards the Augusta and New Meli region that is about to move into a really populated area. This is going to, if it continues with its hail size, we could see large damage being occurred by this with 70 mile per hour wind gusts, and ping pong ball size hail is expected and can be expected, and this storm is moving around 35 miles per hour. I'm going to draw a track here real quick so we can see exactly how this storm is moving, but this is a dangerous storm, and this storm is going to cause some issues for sure. So again, I'm going to draw a track towards the area here. Alright, so if you are in definites, this will be in your area within 10 minutes. Weldon at Spring Heights, 21 minutes. Weldon Spring, 25 minutes. Town and Country, 42 minutes. Maryland Heights, 44 minutes. Champ, 47. By the time we get to the Clayton area, this is going into an hour here. This storm is again moving around 30 miles per hour. So I can't stress myself enough that this storm can cause lots of damage within the hail part and gustier winds. We do got a storm out of that severe thunderstorm warning as well. That can cause an issue as well. I'm gonna get some. Let's see. Alright, so I'm just kind of checking on everybody else that is currently live covering this weather event. Right now, we're really just keeping an eye on these storms that are in Missouri, because these are the strongest of the storms. This one towards, again, Jefferson City, large hail. It's currently already falling within the Jefferson City and Wardsville area as well. Yeah, KK, I do agree that it would be decently awesome to see a tornado out there in the field, but not impacting any cities. And also, speaking of that, right now the storm is hail dominant, but we are really, yep. All right, so this is a new issue here that we're going to have to deal with. If you are just south of the Jefferson City area towards the West Pilla region, we are now getting scans here of a broader rotation within the storm. If you are just east of this, I want you guys to be just prepared to possibly get a tornado warning within the next couple of minutes here. That is going to be just south of Jefferson City. If you are just south of Jefferson City, there is a large possibility that we could see a tornado warning if this keeps going with the strength that it's at here. So bear with me as I post this on Twitter here. Alright, folks, I do apologize. As I'm trying to get some posts out there real quick. I'm currently watching the NWS, and we're not seeing much at this time, but we're going to really continue monitoring the NWS chat here. But as I just said here, and I'm going to go ahead and take it off of double view so we can focus a little bit more on the reflectivity and towards the Wardsville. If you are west of, just southwest of Wardsville, we got rotation now being detected. If you're in Honey Creek or Osage Bluff, this is currently ongoing, and this may, there's a few houses out in front of this storm that could be impacted if this storm does reach, if it does cause a tornado to be an issue. But right now, we are just really seeing now we're seeing a hail spike at this time. But right now we're seeing a hook echo being developed. Again, this is more of a hail dominant storm. But you see this point back here. This point here is indicating lots of hail, and larger hail is being detected by the radar. And this is showing that larger hail that is falling within just south of the Jefferson City region. And continuing to monitor social media here. Not seeing any reports yet, but I'm giving it a chance to load in. And I'm 100% sure that we're going to see a lot of new not tornado warnings, but just a lot of new reports. That's the word that I was trying to look for. New reports being issued for just south of this area, because we're getting a large hail spike. And if we take a look at the CC correlation coefficient, I'm going to go ahead and play this. Alright, so when something is issued, that is what we'll hear. But we're currently seeing a hail spike, and you can see this within the CC drop. A hail spike is being reported just south of the Jefferson City area here, and towards the Wardsville area as well. So I want you guys to be in your safe place. This is a dangerous storm. A dangerous storm is moving just on top of the Wardsville region. This storm is expected to expire within 53 minutes now. From now, we have golf ball size hail possible, and maybe even larger hail size that is possible with this storm. Going ahead and taking a look at our our St. Louis region here. Large hail is also possible and is possibly falling now. Again, this storm is expected to produce golf ball size hail and 70-mile-per-hour wind gust. If you're out in St. Louis, be prepared, as it's about to get a bit loud out there for sure. And take a look towards the Springfield Missouri radar here. We do got a new severe thunderstorm warning for this small storm in Lamar, Missouri. If you are in Lamar, Missouri, we got a small storm that may be producing about quarter-size hail out there towards the region. And we do got this other severe thunderstorm warning that is supposed to expire within 7 minutes from now. Taking a look towards Oklahoma City, once again, bear with me here as I try to zoom in towards the Oklahoma City area. We got large hail possibly falling within this area. Now we are starting to see these storms try to rope a little bit, or try to get around itself, or hook. A hook echo begins to develop normally, and that's when we start to see that tornadogenesis. No rotation within these storms, not that I know of here just yet. These are, again, still wind and hail dominant at this time, but it can be a possibility. Taking a look towards the Dallas, Texas region, we still got that linear threat going on. Hail is still falling towards just west of the Stephenville region. We might have some weak rotation within this storm, and that is a small possibility. So a spin up could be possible with this storm. So if you are just, again, northwest of Stephenville, please be prepared on that. And I'm gonna take the radar. Bear with me. I'm gonna get some music playing, and I will be back hopefully here in a little while. We may have to end the live stream for here a little bit, but bear with me here, folks. Alright, folks, so I do apologize here, but I do got to go real quickly here. The severe weather threat is not over yet, and we will be back here in just a little bit. So, again, stay weather aware here, and stay tuned with us here at the Nicholas WX Watch team. We are not done covering this event, so again, please stay weather aware, and I will be back here shortly. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and see you.